professionals lined up at our doors every morning, and that line starts as early as 5:30 in the morning.
We are coming off the deadliest year ever for drug overdoses in American history. More than 100,000 people died from a drug overdose.
Yeah, and local rehab clinics are seeing a sharp spike in people begging for help. Kiara Hay is live at one place that's expanding to try and keep up with demand. Kiara.
Yeah, I'm here at Crossroads. It's a rehab facility here in the Valley, and they said they're running out of space to help people who are trying to fight addiction, so much so that they're adding 16 rapid detox beds to their administration building of all places. They also plan to open one up in Scottsdale later next year. But they say, as you can imagine, this is only scratching the surface to help solve this growing problem.
Crossroads saved my life.
Marcus Weasley says his struggles with addiction started at 13 when he was prescribed Oxycontin for his hand injury.
I quickly became addicted to Oxycontin.
When his prescription ended, he turned to heroin. It took 12 years and a stint in jail to break his addiction, a disease he says is even harder to conquer today.
The drugs that are around are just so much more powerful than they were a few years ago.
Weasley, who now works at Crossroads, a rehab facility in the Valley with nearly 400 patient beds, says they're full 4 out of the 5 days a week. And even then, there's only about 10 open slots. Out of everyone seeking help, Weasley says 70 to 75% of all people are trying to kick their addiction to fentanyl, and many don't make it.
I thank the Lord every day that fentanyl did not exist in the capacity it does now when I was using drugs and alcohol, because of the amount and the frequency that I was using heroin would have correlated into fentanyl and very well could have resulted in my death.
According to the CDC, opioids are the driving cause behind the record-breaking number of drug deaths. More than 100,000 people died in a 12-month span here in the U.S. for the first time ever. But there are efforts underway to get drugs off the streets.
We're in the neighborhood of 384 pounds of fentanyl that we seized. Whereas if you go back to just last year at the same time, in the same time frames, you're talking about 54 pounds.
Heston Silbert, the director at Arizona Department of Public Safety, says drug busts are up and they're hoping to keep the momentum going.
Keep that one pill out of somebody's hands is our goal. Whether we seize one pill or whether we seize 384 pounds.
Now, the people I spoke with at Crossroads says, although their spaces fill up pretty quickly, they still want anyone who is struggling with addiction to come here, and they will do whatever they can to help. And we'll also post some resources on our website at azfamily.com. Live in Phoenix, Kiara Hay for Arizona's Family.